Welcome to this video mechanicsgram explaining the different types of rotations used in the 4-umpire system on the 60-foot diamond. We will cover the 4 fundamental basic rotations of the 4-umpire system on the 60-foot diamond. They are firstly the normal rotation, used with no runners on base or R1 only, the slide or reverse rotation, used anytime a runner or runners are in scoring position, and then lastly the U2 drift. The normal rotation is used in situations with no runners on base or with R1 only. To signal that this rotation is in effect, umpires will simply point to their responsibilities, indicating by pointing to which base they will be covering if U2, the trigger umpire, or U3 chases a fly ball. Normal rotation requires a clockwise movement by the umpires. Here in the example, you see U2 leave to cover catch-no-catch responsibilities to the outfield as U3 moves in to cover second base. The plate umpire will then rotate up to third base, remaining in foul territory, and U1, as you see in this clip, moves in to cover the plate. In this rotation, all touches and plays at third base are the responsibility of our plate umpire, who will remain in foul territory behind the bag, and then we will rotate with U1 down to home plate, remaining in foul territory again to observe the touch at the plate. Our second example also illustrates the movements of the normal rotation. Here we have a fly ball to left center field, and our second base umpire goes to cover catch no catch. Here you can see our third base umpire rotates into the middle of the infield, and our plate umpire moves to third base. The only time U3 should be positioned in the middle of the infield is when he is in rotation. Let's focus on the movement of our plate umpire in the replay. With U2 out and U3 moving in to cover second base, the plate umpire must cover third base in normal rotation. Plate umpire here effectively moves up the line, remaining in foul territory, and then uses the fundamentals of wedge positioning for all plays at third base. Note this requires the plate umpire to remain in foul territory for the duration of the play. With U1 out to chase a fly ball in normal rotation, the plate umpire will once again move, this time up to cover first base. Both U2 and U3 will remain on the outside of the diamond, using wedge theory to position for all plays at their respective bases. Let's take a look at an example. Here we have a fly ball to the right fielder, in which the first base umpire moves out to cover catch no catch. You'll see here that our plate umpire moves up the line to go ahead and cover first base. The second rotation we will cover is the slide rotation, used anytime a runner or runners are in scoring position and U2 or U3 leaves to chase a fly ball. This rotation is signaled by making a fist with the left hand and gently slapping the top of the fist with the right hand. Because this rotation is used with runners in scoring position, we will keep the plate umpire at home plate. Therefore, the remaining umpires will slide with the runners to cover all other bases. Our next example begins with the runner on second base, dictating that the crew use the slide rotation. As U2 chases the fly ball to left center, our third base umpire should immediately sprint into the working area about halfway between second and third. You'll note that in this example, our third base umpire is late to rotate on this play. If you look across the diamond, you'll see that our first base umpire, pictured here, has already pivoted with the batter runner as expected to do in the slide rotation. Our first base umpire then would be responsible for any plays on the batter runner at second base. And as you see him appear in this clip through the corner of the screen, he is ready to slide with the batter runner if necessary. In the next example, we have a runner on second base and a pop fly is hit to left field. U3 goes out to cover catch no catch, and this triggers our slide rotation. In this rotation, U2 must pivot immediately into the working area, about halfway between second and third, and will be responsible for all plays on the lead runner or runners at both second and third. Looking across the diamond at U1, we will see that he has already done his job of J-hook pivoting in with the batter runner to cover the batter runner at both first and second base. The last rotation isn't exactly a rotation, but rather it is a simple read made by U2 anytime U1 leaves to chase a fly ball. We call this mechanic the U2 drift. This mechanic is used anytime a runner or runners are in scoring position and U1 leaves to cover a fly ball to the outfield. Again, there is no signal for this simply because it is a read made by U2 as he sees U1 leave to chase a fly ball. To execute the U2 drift, U2 will pivot immediately inside the working area and drift towards the right side of the infield to cover all touches and all plays by all runners at both first and second base. U2 should pivot about halfway between first and second base to be in position for plays at either base. Here we have a runner in scoring position at third base and a fly ball to right field. U1 leaves to cover catch no catch, and U2 must immediately sprint into the working area between first and second base to cover his responsibilities. As the throw goes to the plate and we freeze frame it, you'll see that U2 has effectively moved into the vicinity of this area and is positioned appropriately to execute his responsibilities. Here's another look at the U2 drift. With a runner at third base in scoring position and a fly ball to U1's outfield, U1 leaves, and as the ball is in the air, U2 then must pivot into the working area, drift into the area between first and second base, and be ready to be positioned for any developing plays at either first or second base.